Have you ever found yourself just feeling a little disillusioned with the quality of fresh produce that we get in the grocery store? I was starting to hear about produce that was sitting on trucks or in warehouses for months, or was being picked before it was mature and being chemically matured so that it looked right when it got to the grocery store. Something inside of me knew that this wasn't the best way and that the key to our health was in fresh, locally grown, in-season produce. So, I'm about 4 seasons into transforming hard-packed Texas pasture into a thriving, evolving, regenerative garden. My name is Shiloh. Here's how it all began. One day, about 3 years ago, on my own quest for locally grown, fresh, delicious produce, I visited my local farmer's market where I met Mariah of Cherokee Lakes Farm. I followed up with a visit to her farm where we spoke for hours about their sustainable practices in Korean natural farming, Jadam, permaculture. The produce looked so wonderful, and I was so intrigued by their growing practices that I couldn't wait to learn more. I got to know Mariah and Peyton, and I'm a frequent customer of their farm, but it also got me intrigued on what it might look like if I could grow my own food using these practices. I'll forever be grateful to Mariah for introducing me to clean, nutritious food. So, as a complete newbie, it was time for me to start studying, and I looked to some of the greats.
Hello, welcome, and this is a how-to fermented plant juice. This is a simple video, steps on how to make it. If you want the details and the scientific facts.
Hi, I'm Morag Gamble from our Permaculture Life, and today I'm going to redo my salad garden bed, and I'm going to use a no-dig garden method. This is the
Hey nerds, Farmer Jesse here. Super fun video for you all today. We are going to do a deep dive into no-till garden starting, and by we, I really mean my co-founder in No-Till Growers.
What's going on, growers? It's James Prigioni coming to you live from Jersey. One of my all-time favorite fruits to eat fresh from the garden are grapes. There's nothing like going out, grabbing a fresh, ripe grape right from the vine. So today, I want to show you how to grow your own grapes so you can be eating fresh ones too. Let's go.
G'day and welcome back to the Weedy Garden, the lovely garden on the hill. Another beautiful day here, and in this video we're going to be talking about comfrey.
Hi, Geoff Lawton here. I want to talk to you about weeds. Plants in the wrong place, they say. Well, are they? Or are they just a response? Are they just a symptom and not a cause of a problem?
Ways to start no dig. How to go from a very weedy situation like a pasture that has loads, in this case, of buttercups and dandelions and bindweed, to clean ground where you can grow vegetables all in the same.
I had learned so much, but there was one problem. I discovered that my home property didn't get enough sun to grow anything. So I put it out on Facebook. Did anyone have a scrap of land that they didn't care about that I could try some of my new gardening ideas? I was so surprised when my friends Charlie and Heather brought me out to their land, showed me a beautiful spot up close to their house, and offered it to me for my new garden. It took a while to convince me that it would be okay. This was all a big experiment for me, but they were so gracious and so generous that I got to work. I had zero budget for this garden. I was trying to find any kind of organic material I could. I had learned with no dig that the first thing you wanted to do was to suppress the weeds and begin to build organic matter on top. Now, a lot of people will start a no-dig garden by bringing in truckloads of compost and, laying down their cardboard and then bringing in the compost and just building from there and really being able to plant immediately if it's good compost. But I didn't have the budget for that. I had the budget for free leaves, free hay, free horse manure, and whatever else I could get my hands on. I did put down weed cloths around the outside perimeter of the garden because I thought that's where the most weed pressure would be. I regretted it later because ultimately the cardboard worked better. It was hard work, but the fun thing was I was not alone. 3 horses, 5 dogs, 5 cats, and a whole bunch of chickens to keep me company. We'll talk more about the chickens later. For the next couple of years, I was going to have to get really creative with those chickens in the garden. Since I couldn't afford to purchase a bunch of compost and I didn't have any made, I had to purchase bagged compost and I had to be really stingy about it. I got very strategic about where I placed the compost and pretty much just exactly how much I needed to plant the seeds or transplant the transplants that first year. It was pretty sparse and just a lot of wood chips and leaves. As I look at this now and I see all the ways that I was trying to conserve compost and putting just little pockets of it wherever I could to get seedlings into the ground. Transplants, we had a great year for kale that year, and I thought I was going to crush it with kale for a while, but the next year wasn't so great. And all the tricks that I had to employ to keep the chickens off of brand new seedlings and to keep bugs and slugs away from the things that I was trying to grow, and learning so much along the way. The following year, our fruit trees were bigger. Some of our perennials had taken off, and much to my chagrin, the blackberries did really well. But I hope you'll stick around. The coming years were so informative and really began to develop what is now DoLittle Garden. So like and subscribe to see the rest of the story.